Hey, what's going on, family? You back in lab with Abrew, man. We got to talk about this Mexico thing today, bro. It's getting out of control, man. Right now, after the cartel leader El Mencho was assassinated, killed, or however they want to spin it, man, they burning buildings, they burning cars, they shooting up airports, man. I even seen one place where a plane was on fire on the tarmac. So this right here is crazy, bro. It's getting out of control, man. People over there stuck. People can't fly back home. And yeah, unfortunately, people that took trips and this happened while they was there. That's what I'm telling people, man. Always be careful. Try to read the climate before you go in a place. Nobody knew that this dude was going to be killed or assassinated when this happened. But like right now, you got a trip planned, man. Ain't nobody trying to go to no parts of Mexico. This is supposed to be in Puerto Vallarta, but I ain't even trying to go to Cancun. I ain't trying to go to no place right now, man, because you don't know where it's going to jump off next. And so I'm hearing even ships is not allowing, they're not even docking right now in Mexico, or at least Puerto Vallarta. They're not even docking. They're trying to circle around and go somewhere else. So we're going to get into a couple videos that were sent to me. And we'll come back and just talk about it, man. But yeah, right now, after that cartel leader was killed, man, it's off the chain over there at this moment. Let's get into it.
I need to go home. What's going on? Get down.
Girl, keep on.
No.
Calm down. Get down. Get down. Put your mask on.
Get down.
Go outside. Go outside.
I don't know. I can't find my cousin.
Yeah, man, right now. And I know people get emotional, and I know people is ready to get scared. But man, there's no time to be panicking at this moment here, man. People panicking, people crying, people you ain't thinking at that point. You know what I mean? As a person who's in combat and a vet, last thing you want to do is start panicking at that moment, because panicking will get you killed quicker. Let's go to the next one. Man, that's crazy. I even read in a couple articles where the cartel soldiers was telling people to stay in their house until they tell them it's safe to come out, because they didn't want to hurt innocent people. Right now, man, they are fired up against, I think, like the police or the National Guard, whoever performed this hit on their cartel leader, man. So, they ain't going away no time soon. Likely they're going to have to bring somebody in, like the United States or somebody else.
That's silence.
And one guy said he was trying to cancel his trip. He wasn't even going to Puerto Vallarta. He was going to like Cancun, or it was another place. And his trip was like $2,800. And they told him right now just to cancel he gonna lose $1,300. So man, now it's almost getting to they know what's going on, but now they don't want to lose money. But I'm not going there. They saying, man, if he cancels, it's gonna cost him. He gonna lose $1,300 of his money. Sometimes, man, you just got to make a business decision, man. But who got 1,300 in this particular economic climate to lose? Nobody. Let's move to the next one.
Down here for almost 20 years, and we've always told people to come down and check it out because you always feel safe here. We've never ever not felt safe, and today was the first day as we left the hotel to go have breakfast and saw all the craziness going on and the violence and the smoke that we were actually terrified. And we saw the people running down the streets, running from the flames and stuff and the fire, and we ran back to the hotel, and then that's when they got the shelter in order place, and we've been here all day. And we're staying at Hotel Eloise, and there's no restaurant or bar or anything here. So we've all been here without anything all day, and the staff has been great, running and grabbing stuff and bringing us some snacks and some water and stuff. But it's been pretty scary, as you can see from the videos and pictures I shared, that blocks away is where all of it's happening, and all the OXXOs, they burnt down all of the little OXXOs. So there's been little fires and stuff all over the city around us where it's normally fun and nice, and people walking around, and all the little local restaurants, and all the locals being locked up and hidden with us too. And there's a few homeless people that were brought into this hotel they allowed in so that they had some place to go too. So it's been quite surreal, knowing this warm, wonderful place that we come to visit a couple times a year is in lockdown, and just terrifying for all the people.
And I'm a big, like I was telling people, man, right now, stay out of Mexico, man. I got some people that was over there, and they were saying it's worse than what some of the media is putting out. They were saying, luckily they was able to get their cell phone. They was able to send some footage back and show you there's all the things that's on fire. But they said they are really not trying to hurt the tourists. But if you get in the way, you're just a casualty of war, and that's unfortunate, at least. I got another video that I'm going to show where you can see people trying to leave, trying to get to the airport, man. And it's just crazy.
Bro, we out here trying to get back to the airport, bro, and this shit is getting scary as hell. Like, look outside, bro.
Try not to make them see before they gonna pull out our phone.
Like, bro, look outside, bro.
No, they're really gonna be careful though, because they really just staring hard as fuck.
Like, bro, this shit is overly scary, fam. Overly scary. Hopefully we can make it home, bro.
Will the Mexican government ask for international help with the cartel? That'd be one of the questions I would like to ask, because clearly they ain't gonna be able to stop these guys. And whatever happened, whatever made that assassination tip or happen on their leader, they want blood now. They want blood probably from the politicians over there. I've seen one video where they said they moved their president, the female president. I can't remember her name right offhand. They put her on one of the ships, one of the Mexican Navy ships. So they know this thing gonna be bad, bro. And I think it's gonna spill over more than just Port of Argo. It's gonna go probably to the next city or next little country or whatever, man. But it's getting bad. And this one right here, I was sent to me from, they was on a ship, where the ship put out an announcement saying, hey, we're not going to stop in Port of Argo. We're just going to go to another port because they called it Code Red.
We've made the decision to no longer call to Puerto Vallarta on Wednesday, February the 25th. Rest assured that this decision has been made with the safety and security of you, our guests, and of course the crew as our top priorities. As Puerto Vallarta was scheduled to be our final port of call before the conclusion of the voyage, our teams are actively exploring alternative options, and at the moment we can't confirm a replacement port, but we are reviewing all possibilities, and we will share those updates with you as soon as the information becomes available. I expect that information to become available in the morning and probably before our arrival into Cabo San Lucas. For the guests with Princess Shore excursions booked for Puerto Vallarta, your ship portfolio will be credited automatically, and you do not need to visit the Shore Excursions desk or Guest Services desk to receive your refund. Of course, that's not the news we wanted, but we do hope that all our partners and everybody else are safe in that area, and I'll update you tomorrow as soon as I have any other information. I do hope you enjoy the evening on board, and we hope to see you down for the welcome aboard champagne cocktail. Thank you.
And I was talking with a couple of people today, and I seen some things online where they were saying can or and will this spill over? Not this particular thing, but would something like this come to America? Right now, we are so divided, man. You talking about white versus black, red versus blue, immigration versus immigrant, and you talking about ICE versus immigrants. You talking about rich versus poor. It's so much chaos going on, man, right now, even in the states. That's what I'm telling people, to keep your head on a swivel, bro. You just never know when a person is fed up, when they can't take no more of the heat or the pressure, and they snap, and they go on a hurting spree. I hate to say a killing spree, but they just go on some kind of trying to hurt people, and you can see that happening right now because people are starting to drive cars into buildings. Here, people are running over people in parks. People losing their moral compass. You know what I mean? I just think right now the pressure is on everybody right now. Everybody's feeling it. So it's getting really bad. I got one more video to show by CBS when they was breaking this down about what's really well. I got two more. One of them I'm gonna show you where they was actually taking cars from civilians over in Mexico, putting gas in them and lighting them on fire right there in the middle of the street. So let's get into that one first.
These people driving around need to stop. I would tell the boys don't go nowhere today, Graham. There's something going on with the cartel. They're stopping cars and lighting them on fire. That semi was trying to turn around and they gas bombed him or something. Now this one's on fire. Look, that motorcycle down there just wrecked. Look. They're taking his car. They're taking this guy's car right here. They're gonna light that one on fire. Throwing gas in there now, look. Let's get in there. Look, that cop chasing him around. We better get in the house because if these things blow up, there's debris going to go everywhere.
We better change.
This is crazy. These motorcycles right here, those are all cartel. Trying to stop cars, light them on fire. These people driving around need to stop.
It was coming out of Mexico. It's exclusive reporting of now deceased Mexican authorities I got from a follower of mine right now in Guadalajara, Mexico. I just got off the phone with a contact of mine in Tijuana. He says the cartel violence has now started in Baja California. Cars are on fire and there are now road blockades. Several businesses are closing. They're trying to limit the movement of the taxis and some of the other businesses. So I am now headed to Tijuana, Baja California, to cover the ongoing cartel violence, but also the aftermath right on the border to just get a different angle of the story. So stay tuned for our reporting. Also, check out that last tweet I just posted. That is a new exclusive video coming out of Guadalajara.
Man, could you imagine that? Could you imagine the panic? You know what I mean? Don't know if you can go home. Don't know, especially like one of the first videos I showed where my man said they didn't have restaurants or the stores in there. So they pretty much, the wait staff was running out, grabbing them stuff to eat and drink. But man, you imagine that mess going on now, spilling over to Tijuana and spilling over. I won't be shocked if it hit Cancun. You know what I mean? And so it makes you question do the government run Mexico or the cartel running Mexico? Or this is part of something bigger by a three-letter agency to overturn the government in Mexico so they can take over. You just never know, man. This is so much going on and so much things is coming at everybody so fast. You don't know what's really going on, what's true or false, and what's being pushed into the media in our eye socket. Let's keep going.
Of Americans in Mexico are being told to shelter in place after the leader of that country's most powerful drug cartel was killed over the weekend. His death led to an eruption of violence across several Mexican states, forcing airlines to cancel flights out of the region.
Chaos hit the streets of Puerto Vallarta, the Mexican state of Jalisco, and beyond Sunday, as Mexico's most notorious drug cartel fiercely retaliated after soldiers killed their leader, Nemesio Ruben Esquera Cervantes, widely known as El Mencho. Esquera Cervantes was wounded during an operation to capture him in Jalisco and died while being flown to Mexico City. The cartel he led has the highest cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamine trafficking capacity in Mexico, according to the U.S. State Department, which had previously offered up to $15 million for his capture. The violence also hit Jalisco's capital, Guadalajara, just a few months before Mexico's second largest city is scheduled to host FIFA World Cup matches.
Activamos el código rojo.
In response, Jalisco's governor activated a code red security alert, suspending public transit, large events, and school activities as authorities across Mexico race to clear more than 250 roadblocks created by the cartel.
We don't know if we're safe. We don't know if they're going to cancel the flight.
Olga Medina saw smoke rising over Puerto Vallarta from the airport Sunday. She ultimately did make it home to Houston before airlines grounded flights in and out of the resort town.
I feel safe now, but I'm still shaking because I can't believe this has happened to us.
Others were not so fortunate. Adrian Moorfield and TJ Perry went to Puerto Vallarta to celebrate Perry's birthday. They were supposed to fly home to Dallas Sunday. Now they're stranded.
You're kind of there indefinitely.
There were no outgoing flights until Thursday. That does not take into consideration whether or not roads will even be open, the airport will be operating again.
Now, it's worth noting that the Trump administration has previously threatened to use the U.S. military to target Mexican drug cartels. And while this specific case was a Mexican operation, it's well known that the American government regularly shares resources and intel with Mexico to counter.
Well, you could clearly see that probably had some American influence on it. You know what I mean? How it was orchestrated and how it was organized. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Mexico don't have the technology to do or the intel to do what happened, but if they sharing the intel, more than likely America has something. The USA has some part of it. You can see that they said they had a FIFA World Cup event coming up. Man, with that type of chaos going on over there, there's no way you're going to be able to fly or transport that many athletes and that many tourists in that particular area with the cartel acting a fool, because they acting a fool right now, and keep people safe. You just won't be able to keep people safe. And I would not want to be in a large crowd with that type of activity going on right now. You imagine a bomb or anything can go off. Anything can hurt somebody and next thing kill somebody over there. So I would definitely want to be in Mexico right now. And if anybody listening that's trying to go to Mexico or got something planned, see if you can call the hotel, call the flight, more likely your airline will. They won't probably give you a refund unless you got travel insurance, but they will give you they'll postpone that flight and give you a credit, I should say. Most hotels will give you a credit, you know what I mean, instead of you just losing your money or canceling your trip. I would say push your stuff out 5-6 months, see if things cool down at that. But right now, there's no way in Hades I'll be wanting to go to Mexico, even Cancun, even the most Americanized towns over there right now, because you don't know when this stuff's going to spread from Puerto Vallarta. I know people visit Puerto Vallarta every year, and they love it there. And some people talking about moving there. So it is really nice and pretty much Americanized for the most part. So if it's starting there, it'll come to Cancun and all these other little places. So with that said, people, stay out of Mexico, man. I'll probably do a follow-up when I get more information about this Mexico thing, this cartel thing. But until then, I'm Abrew.